What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Little Pig Barbecue. I appreciate you stopping by. If this is your first time, please hit that subscription button below and let me know what you think. So today we're going to be doing a bologna out on the Weber kettle. We're going to hit it with some good seasonings, some sweet flavors, and then get it out on some smoke. So this is probably the easiest recipe that I can show you guys. My 4-year-old loves bologna, and he especially loves it whenever I do a smoked bologna. So this is going to be a special treat for me and him today. Stuck at home because of the pandemic, so I figured this is the perfect time to get outside and do some cooking. So let's get you in here and show you how to prep this. Again, super simple. Stick around and let me know what you think. Alright, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to need to go out and get a bologna. This is just a small 2.25 pound chub of bologna. You can pretty much find these anywhere, so let's get this thing out of the package. And this is one of my favorite things to cook because it's so easy. There's really nothing to it at all, mainly because it's already cooked. All you're doing is getting some smoke flavor on this and then adding some more seasoning. So the seasoning that I'm going to go with today is going to have a nice sweet profile with a little bit of spice. The first thing I'm going to do is I like to cut the very ends off, and that's just strictly for presentation. So I'm gonna cut the very ends off like this. Dogs really like this part, so they get a treat also. So we'll save that for them for later. When you do a bologna, you really want to get as much seasoning and smoke into the meat as possible. So one thing that I like to do is take a knife, and you don't want to cut very deep, but you're going to put some lines across just like that. And again, you want to go all the way around, and whenever this cooks, this is going to open up. It's going to look nice, but it's also going to allow more smoke into the meat. It's also going to allow that seasoning, as it cooks, the seasoning is going to get into these cracks and really flavor this meat. Another tip that I have is whenever you do a bologna, from my experience, bologna typically has a lot of salt, so you want to try to pick a rub or a seasoning that doesn't have a lot of salt in it. It's salty enough as it is. So once you go this way, we're going to flip it a little bit, and we're going to go the other way. That way it's got a nice crisscross pattern, just like that. I'm going to go all the way around. It doesn't have to be perfect. That should be it. Also, you can do the ends if you want to. Do one there and do a nice cross pattern there. Flip it over and do the same. That's perfect. So again, to season this, we got to get a binder on it, so I'm going with just a little bit of olive oil, and you don't want a lot, just a little bit. Really about a teaspoon would do. So we're going to get it rubbed down really good. You could use mustard, yellow mustard. I'm just using olive oil, it's what I had. Alright, so we're good on the binder. Make sure you get the edges. Alright, so we got that on. Now we're going to hit it with some seasoning. The seasoning I'm going with today is by Meatchurch. It's Honey Hog Hot Barbecue Rub. So this is going to add some good color, but it's also going to add some sweet flavor, real sweet profile with a little bit of heat. And you're going to, as evenly as you can, coat it all the way around. It looks pretty good. Kind of pat it in so it doesn't come off. Now we're going to hit the ends. That looks good to me. Alright, so one more and we're ready to go. So we're going to get this thing out on the kettle. I'm going to show you how I have it set up. You can do this with any grill, but everybody has a Weber kettle, let's be real. So Let's get you out there and check that out and put this bad boy on. Stick around. Okay, we're out here at the Kettle, and I've already got it set up, and I'm running about 275 right now, so I'll show you what we did. I'm using the slow and sear today. I've got it loaded down with some Royal Oak charcoal. Got the water reservoir filled up. 2 chunks of cherry wood. I've got 1 chunk on the fire and 1 chunk about halfway, and I lit about 12 coals on this end, so it's going to burn slowly across that way. It smells really good, and she's ready for me to put the bologna on, so let's get it on real quick. We're just going to lay it on here just like that, right in the center on the opposite side of the fire. And the idea is this thing is going to slowly cook. You're just warming it up because bologna is already cooked. You can eat it right out of the package, but we're going to hit it with some smoke today, and we'll check on it in probably an hour. I'm going to try to let this go for about 2.5 hours, and that should be plenty, just enough to set this bark on the from the rub, and she should be ready to eat. So stick around and catch you in a bit. Okay, we're back out here. It's been about an hour, so let's open this thing up and see what we're looking like. Okay, you see we got some good color. You can see where our cuts are starting to open up a little bit, and that's allowing more smoke to go in. We got plenty of coals left. Got some moisture in here from the water reservoir, so you can see it's kind of it looks very moist on the outside. So we're gonna let this go about another hour, and I think we'll be able to pull this. So hang tight. All right, it's been 3 hours. We're gonna open it up, and it should be about ready. Okay, you can see it's got some really good color here. The bark is set from that rub. I'm gonna call this done. We're gonna get this in the house, and we're gonna let it rest for about an hour. Maybe not that long, probably around 30 minutes, because I can't wait to cut into this. So let's get this in the house and get it sliced up. All right, here we are back in the house with the bologna. This thing smoked for about 3 hours with some good cherry smoke. Got some nice seasonings on this. The bark, nice and firm. Kind of messed up the lines a little bit on this back side here, but hey, that's okay. This doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm gonna show you how I like to eat this. So you can do a few things, but my favorite part is this part here on the end. It's got the most bark on it, really good flavor. So what I like to do is cut pretty thin slices, about that big, and we'll show you what we got. Get a good look at that. Looks really good. Show you what that looks like. It's really pretty color. The house smells really good. Smells just like the cherry smoke that we had. So I'm gonna cut into this right here. You can make sandwiches out of this, but I'm gonna be honest, I like to just cut it up into cubes like this and just kind of snack on it all day. So little bite sizes like that, perfect. This is exactly how my 4-year-old loves it. So let's see what that tastes like. I have to get another piece. This is really good. You really taste that smoke. You really taste the honey rub with the heat. It's not very hot at all, but it's just enough heat that you kind of get it on the back of your tongue. Again, this is a super easy recipe. If you haven't ever done a bologna out on the grill, get out there and do it. It takes it to a whole nother level, and to be honest, it'll make you never want to eat bologna without it being smoked again. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate you all stopping by. Hope to see you next time.